Why do only 50% of climbers survive the death zone on Everest? Let's find out. The death zone, a term that sends shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned mountaineers, is a region above 26,000 feet where the human body can no longer acclimatize. This is where the real battle begins. Everest's death zone is no joke, folks. It's a place where the air is thin, the temperatures are bone-chilling, and the margin for error is razor-thin. Every decision, every step, every breath matters. Above 26,000 feet, oxygen levels plummet, dropping to just a third of what you'd find at sea level. This drastic reduction in oxygen makes it nearly impossible to breathe, and climbers often find themselves gasping for air, their lungs burning with every breath, making it nearly impossible to breathe. The lack of oxygen isn't just uncomfortable, it's life-threatening. Your body starts to shut down, and the risk of altitude sickness, hypoxia, and even death increases exponentially. Your body starts to shut down. The symptoms are insidious: confusion, dizziness, and extreme fatigue. Climbers often describe it as feeling like they're moving through molasses. Every step, a monumental effort. The air you're gasping for? It's got only a third of the oxygen you'd get at sea level. This means your brain and muscles are starved of the oxygen they need to function, leading to impaired judgment and physical weakness. It's got only a third of the oxygen you'd get at sea level. This oxygen deprivation can lead to a host of problems, including high-altitude pulmonary edema, HAPE, and high-altitude cerebral edema, HACE, both of which can be fatal if not treated immediately. Climbers face extreme cold, brutal winds, and the constant threat of avalanches. The weather on Everest is notoriously unpredictable, with sudden storms that can trap climbers in life-threatening conditions. And the constant threat of avalanches. But the real killer? It's the lack of oxygen. The combination of physical exertion, extreme altitude, and severe weather creates a perfect storm of danger. It's the lack of oxygen. Without supplemental oxygen, most climbers wouldn't stand a chance. Even with it, the climb is a grueling test of endurance and willpower. Your brain becomes foggy, your muscles weaken, and even simple tasks feel like you're running a marathon. The mental and physical toll is immense, and many climbers find themselves questioning their decision to continue. And even simple tasks feel like you're running a marathon. The death zone doesn't just test your physical limits, it tests your mental fortitude. Every step is a battle against your own body and the mountain. Everest has claimed over 300 lives, many of them in the death zone. These climbers are often memorialized by their peers, their names etched into the history of the mountain, many of them in the death zone. The bodies of those who perished often remain on the mountain, a grim reminder of the risks involved. Some bodies are still there, preserved in the icy grip of the mountain. These frozen figures serve as a stark warning to those who dare to follow in their footsteps, preserved in the icy grip of the mountain. It's a stark reminder of how unforgiving this place can be. The mountain doesn't discriminate. It takes the lives of the experienced and the novice alike. It's a stark reminder of how unforgiving this place can be. The death zone is a place where nature reigns supreme, and human life is fragile and fleeting. So why do climbers still risk it? For the thrill, the challenge, and the glory of standing on top of the world. The allure of Everest is undeniable, drawing adventurers from all corners of the globe for the thrill, the challenge, and the glory of standing on top of the world. The sense of accomplishment, the breathtaking views, and the sheer magnitude of the achievement are what drive climbers to push their limits, and the glory of standing on top of the world. But survival in the death zone isn't guaranteed. Preparation, perseverance, and a bit of luck are your best friends up there. But survival in the death zone isn't guaranteed. Preparation, perseverance, and a bit of luck are your best friends up there. Teamwork and trust in your fellow climbers can make the difference between life and death. And a bit of luck are your best friends up there. Remember, Everest doesn't just test your physical limits, it tests your very will to live. The mountain demands respect, and those who underestimate it pay the ultimate price. Remember, Everest doesn't just test your physical limits, it tests your very will to live. The psychological strain can be just as debilitating as the physical challenges, and climbers must be prepared to face their deepest fears. It tests your very will to live. That's the harsh reality of the death zone. It's a place where only the strongest, both mentally and physically, can hope to survive. That's the harsh reality of the death zone. Still think you've got what it takes? Think twice, because up there, every step could be your last. The mountain is a formidable adversary, and it demands the utmost respect from those who dare to challenge it. Still think you've got what it takes? Think twice, because up there, every step could be your last. The path to the summit is littered with the remains of those who came before, a sobering reminder of the risks involved. Every step could be your last. The death zone is a place where the line between life and death is perilously thin, and only those who are truly prepared can hope to make it back alive.